Today it's time for German automotive luxury, deutscher automobiler Luxus. Yeah, also some German lessons for today because we have, based on the all-new Mercedes S-Class generation, the Mercedes-Maybach. This is the pinnacle of luxury in the S-Class segment. And Maybach, listen and repeat, Maybach, not Maybach, because the Germans, they have this CH as so. And the ultimate German pronunciation would be Mercedes-Maybach. That's it. So now you know it, and you can see here this distinctive front grille, vertical fins, really different with an own look. And then we have the split here in the front hood. We also picked this red paint for today. We think it's most beautiful from the cars here on location. There is also this two-tone paint available when you have the 12-cylinder engine we have here today. This is here in chrome, whereas the 8-cylinder, this part would be in black. And here we have a V12 engine. Hardly ever that this exists. 6-liter of displacement, 612 horsepower, 4.5 seconds is the acceleration figure, and 4.8 for the 4-liter V8, which would be the alternative, and definitely also enough. Maybach logo right there. The V12, so not really that much quicker, basically heavier, and then you can say, yeah, but I have more cylinders than you know. And the Chinese market, by the way, will also get a 6-cylinder and even a 6-cylinder plug-in hybrid. Uh-oh, not good. Well, the side profile, that takes a while. 5 meters 47 or 215 inches. This car is forever somewhere ending, and this is even 18 centimeters or 7 inches longer than the long wheelbase version or US standard normal S-Class, for even more rear comfort, of course. The door handles here, they fold out or come in when you close the vehicle. They go in when you close the vehicle, but ignition is on at the moment. I'll soon show that to you. And the special thing here about the side profile is special wheel sizes, for example, and wheel styles, 19 to 21 inch. Here in the Maybach style, more closed, I would say. Again, the two-tone paint in the side profile, more, screaming out, but I think unicolor here is just more stylish, I think. This logo here, by the way, the side logo at the C-pillar can be illuminated in US markets, for example, not allowed here in Europe. And this stretched look here, I would like to hear from you guys. What do you think about the design right here of the Maybach? Is it too much? Or is it just right? Oh, the door handles. Now they went in. There we go. Finally. And then let's push them out again. Massive fake exhaust alert. I mean, what is this? Yes, the real exhaust goes through, but then there's this split. What is this? I mean, why? Why? I really have to think about this. The car key, white on the inside and the outside here, slight nuance of rose gold maybe, or bronze or something. Then there is, of course, the normal door closing sound, which is, of course, quite decent, but I've heard better one actually. But you don't close the door that way with the Maybach, right? The way you do it is like, yeah, with a soft close. Then inside of the doors, now it gets really exciting. I think it's a nice color fit here with white on the interior, and we have the red exterior, like this here, and this is where you control the seats, but it doesn't give a haptic feedback anymore, but still something happens. That's actually not a step forward. Heated and cooled seats right there. This is also like we know from the normal S-Class. Then the interior with a lot of different individualization features. Here, for example, the steering wheel in black, but yeah, that can maybe get also quite hot in the sun and so on. With this slot design, of course, no AMG styling with the two horizontal fins as it's available in the AMG line with the S-Class. But styling-wise, I mean, with the black and white, that looks really fancy. Different ones can be bought. Everything digitalized, instruments, and also the central infotainment system, and the seats with this kind of fluent design that actually overlaps. And my favorite feature is the high floor right here. So this is giving a very cozy atmosphere. Seating wise, by the way, very interesting. More and more customers also here in the luxury segment ask for animal-free seats. And they are actually available on demand. A high-class fabric option they are working on. and also high-grade leatherette options. But from the normal price list, it's usually then animal skin so far, but a lot of moving, happening right there. In any case, the ergonomics of the seat is quite good and luxurious, of course, and very plush seating. And my favorite is actually here. Oh, this is really cool. Microfiber here for the cushion, and really rare to have a cushion in the front, and this is so relaxing. So I even don't feel like driving at the moment. I just like the interior. 12.3-inch digital instruments left with special Maybach logo and visualization, and on the right side 12.8-inch screen like we know from the new S-Class. This is the Apple CarPlay integration with wire or wireless, and what I most appreciate is that you have the fitting color scheme right here, with the 2-color steering wheel, and then also here the decor elements. Different ones can be bought, and then here also the black and white and so on. This is really cool. The air vents here, you see here is 2 and 2, also in a horizontal scheme, so this looks really impressive. And also clean atmosphere from the screen. However, due to the angle, it can get really hot in the sun and so on. And again, the normal Mercedes menu, here's the hotkey. And there are faster infotainment systems. It's actually quite cool. And then you can also get different styles. This is the Maybach style, but if you want it more classic, for example, you can also go for this one. Or then the map view, this is of course always helpful. And the head-up display, everything in the line of sight, if you want, also with augmented reality function for GPS arrows. Well, and since the display is quite far away then from you, because there's so much room, you can also take this one here out. So here like this, you can either leave it in there or that way. Then there's like an additional tablet, then you can do the very same things here with activate the massage and so on while holding it in your hand. And this whole split middle console, there are more things to press right here, for example here for each side, and then there's the additional climate unit here, but that's a little bit weird. It's one button, so the whole climate unit is one button. That's a new trend in the automotive industry. Cup holder, heated and cooled. Here, what might these two be for? I'll soon show you, or you might, put it in the comments if you know it. And then now it becomes quite obvious. Here is the access to the fridge, like here, and then we can get out our champagne, which is water for the day because we are drivers, no alcohol while driving, right? So water for the day, it's totally fine with me. And however, if I am not driving, which is quite seldom the case, then let's try out the fold flat function. This will be the most spectacular option than now. So here we go. Let me already take off my shoes because that's of course better than here for this luxury vehicle. So news here also as for the heating. At the moment it's really hot, so you can't really imagine that, but there's heating here for the cushion and also a calf massage. So the massage function really goes up till here. That's of course really spectacular. Now I'm really looking forward with 1.86 or 6'1", if that's enough for me. Oh, that's a little bit dirty here. So I would say, it does fit here, but I would say ideal is rather when you're like 180 or 6 foot, then it's absolutely ideal. Here in that way, I already, hit the back seat with my feet. It's okay. It's a super long car, but I need to be like really far in the back here, and then, well, for example, if I just lean a little bit to the left, have it like, my body a little bit inverted, then it's actually fine with my feet also. And hey, that's a relaxed position as well. And I can, for example, take a look at this panoramic roof and also listen to the 4D Burmester surround system, which is also serving the function of active noise cancellation. So together with the passive noise cancellation measures, for example, they apply some dampening foam already to the raw chassis that is then kind of growing up and filling the gaps. New technology introduced with the new S-Class, not exclusive to the Maybach, but here exclusive then with this active noise cancellation that is even topping that. And this is activated while driving then, so really looking forward now then to the driving. What role does this play? By the way, when I'm here in this super lazy position, here by this button here in the ceiling, I can then close the door from here. That's like a boss, right? And here let's take a look at the ambient lighting entry badge, and this is then really cool. Look at that. So there's ambient lighting at the back part of the seats right there. Then also all the way around the back seats here. And if we take a look to the front, here we go, and also at the inside of the doors and dashboard, you can also, for example, pick 2 different colors for the upper and the lower part. And even the speakers of the sound system have this ring around, so overall really impressive. Welcome to Thomas's Luxury Driving Lounge with the Mercedes-Maybach here in the V12 version, the S680. And you can see here the screen with the augmented reality with the arrows, so you have to turn left. And the interesting thing is that the very same thing actually I also see in the head-up display, and quite in a large way. So this augmented reality function also for the head-up display, and that's of course a really cool thing to have. And wow, I mean, it starts driving. You have different driving modes, and they have sport mode here. Oh, yeah, see here, sometimes it takes a while. They have individual, you can have individual features, comfort mode, and okay, there's the Maybach mode. And yeah, I see here the controlling here of the different driving modes, it's sometimes a little bit laggy, you know. The Maybach mode, this is a very interesting thing, because in the Maybach mode, it actually drives really smooth. Well, on the other hand, sport mode. It's incredible. I mean, this car is super fast. I mean, you feel the whole weight moving. It's really a very, very special feeling. Also here in the corner now. So the air suspension, which is of course standard, is a little bit stiffer than in the sport mode. And yeah, I mean, in the sport mode, it kind of feels sporty, you know, as far as it goes. And that's really astonishing. So, wow, really impressed by that. And such a flawless acceleration, and it wasn't really even flooring, it was like quarter to half throttle I had there. And it's really a very strange feeling when so much weight is actually accelerating. So wow. So this car can also be thrilling, no matter if you go for the V12 or the V8. I said earlier that the V8 is just 0.3 seconds slower. So yeah, but I mean, holy moly, wow. Whew. Yeah, really massive acceleration power. Of course, most of the time that's probably not what you want to do or will do. Yeah, on the motorway, you know, then you maybe push it through for an acceleration, getting on the motorway and so on. But the even more important thing is this calmness, you know. So we go back to the Maybach mode. It's sometimes really hit and miss, you know, when hitting the infotainment system. That's it about these vehicles, you know, hardware-wise, they're so great, drivetrain and suspension and so on, but the infotainment solution, we just see that Tesla has a great one, Polestar and Volvo with the native Google integration. Yeah, but BMW and Mercedes, they offer a lot of functionality, but sometimes it's kind of over-engineered, you know. The BMW system is to me a little bit faster, by the way. So at the moment, I will do a separate video on infotainment systems very soon. But at the moment, I really see it more like, you know, the Polestar and the Volvo system than the Tesla and then maybe the BMW. But back here to the S-Class Maybach, this is such a calm experience, and I do feel the active noise cancellation. That's a huge difference to the S-Class, and we have talked about active noise cancellation also in other reviews. You know, Ford is using that, for example. You know, we had it in the Ford Kuga, the new Ford Kuga, and the Ford Edge, for example. And I kind of have the same experience as for that you really feel that noise this active noise insulation or active noise cancelling. So a passive noise insulation is always, to me, better. This one here, I mean, it's strangely silent in here. You hear absolutely nothing in here, nothing. You know, when cars are passing by, it's like, are there really cars passing by, or are they bicycles or something? However, it depends on how sensitive you are. But for me, you know, I can hear very well, I think at least. And I somehow have this, like this vacuum feeling at my ears now. Just a little bit. It's not too bad, but it feels unnatural. You know the effect when you are wearing noise-cancelling headphones, when you're, for example, in the plane or so. And in this case, it's good because you're evening out a very loud noise. And here, it's not that you would need to even out very loud noises. And some other manufacturers do this active noise cancellation because they don't pay so much money for the development of the passive noise cancellation here. But here they do. So I think it's impressive not to hear anything at all. But I think that the passive noise insulation here for the S-Class is so good anyway. They should have kept with that, because I don't feel that well with this active noise cancellation in the vehicle. Because it gives you a feeling of that's an unnatural non-noisiness, you know what I mean? So very interesting aspect. We can talk a lot about this. It doesn't bother me too much, but it's definitely notable, and I don't like it personally. I think if you really want to buy this vehicle, you gotta try it out yourself first. I would prefer it to be just a little bit noisier as far as it goes, and just go for the normal S-Class and just live with that. I mean, the normal S-Class is perfectly silent, so yeah, whatever, I think. Here once again, back to the sport mode, and we do some 60 to 100 easily. Well, that's it already. Wow, really impressive and great from this all-wheel drive. All European and US drivetrains have the all-wheel drive so far then. Wow, good power distribution. And I mean, even in the sport mode, it drives super relaxed. Yeah, better to switch the driving modes here instead of hitting the touchscreen right there. Back to the Maybach mode. In the Maybach mode, also the shifting, for example, is made in a so smooth way that you don't feel the shifting transitions, for example. I have everything also in the line of sight here with the head-up display. And indeed, it feels different than the S-Class from the setup, and also you feel this longer wheelbase indeed. Also when you're here in the front driving, you just feel that the car is even longer, and it is definitely less flexible, and it feels like the car is telling me I rather prefer to be driving straight.